Today, we're going to be talking about a particular important subject, which is the correctional spine, or as I like to call it, correcting your posture. Today, we're going to be talking about why is the correct posture important for the human body. So we all have a spine, and this spine is made up of sections of vertebrae throughout the top to the bottom, yeah? And how do we keep that spine healthy? So we keep it by sitting, standing, sleeping straight, and always in a neutral position. The neutral position is a very, very important position that a lot of people neglect, especially when you're sitting down in an office. Every time you sit down on the chair, you need to understand that this is bad for you. Okay, why is it bad? Because a lot of people crouch. They crouch forward, some people crouch to the side, some people crouch like this. Very weird, I know, but a lot of people do it, you know, including me sometimes. And also, when you want to look into it, sometimes people even do the same thing with driving. So when you're driving to work or even cycling, believe it or not, a lot of people are not doing it the correct way. So maintaining a neutral spine is the most important part to this. So how do you keep the correct spine? Push your bum back, okay? Look forward, always keep your head upright, okay? That way it would ensure the correct neutral spine position. And let's say if you're cycling, keep your hands elongated straight, look up, okay? And basically push your shoulders back out. That way your spine is in the correct position. It's keeping it nice and straight, okay? Now when you're driving, I want you to kind of sit up straight, push your chest up, and then maintain that driving position, whether you want to put the hands up or down. Next one is when you're sitting down at the office, in your office chair. What happens is a lot of people tend to be in this position, whereby they bring their shoulders forward, and that basically helps the spine and helps the posture get worsened over time. So you want to prevent that from happening by pushing your shoulders back, lifting your chest up, and really maintaining that correct position. I would say sit down for no longer than 30 to 45 minutes at a time, and we'll always get up, you know, even if it's like 5 to 10 minutes, stand around, walk around. You can also work while standing up. That way it would keep your body moving and also make sure that your spine is in the correct position and it wouldn't get worse over time. Okay, so the next one is going to be sleeping with an incorrect posture. Now this is so important. I cannot stress it enough. The main reason being is because a lot of people sleep in the crouched position. That is also because of them getting used to it. So whilst at work or whilst walking, you know, a lot of people crouch when they walk. But sleeping is the most important part to this. The reason being is because when you're sleeping, you're shutting down all your internal organs. Your muscles are basically staying in that position when you're sleeping. So you will develop a muscular structure whereby it forces your body to act in a very crouched way. And that way, as the time goes on, you will need particular therapy to enhance it and grow it back to the right position. So, how do you make sure that you have the correct spinal alignment whilst in bed? The number one thing is to keep your shoulders apart, pushed back. Yeah, that way you can make sure that the chest is pushed up and the spine is in the upright position when you're sleeping. Okay, that way you can also ensure that when you're sleeping, your head is upright, okay, with the shoulders whilst they're being pushed out as well. So remember that, always keep your body straight when you're sleeping, okay? Never bend it down, even if you're on your phone. And then that way to ensure a very healthy sleeping pattern as well. Also, A lot of the time people struggle with this postural alignment. What I would say is always use a foam roller. And where is the foam roller? There it is. So something like this, and you could use it, put it behind you, and basically roll up and down. That way it would ease the muscles in the back and help release all the tension behind them. Okay, so put that back down. Easy. So use the foam roller if you're really struggling with it. Always make sure your elbows are pushed back, your head is in the high position, and you're walking tall. Walking tall, sleeping tall, sitting tall, and always make sure you take breaks from your desk. Okay, stand up, do whatever you have to do. I would like, when I was working in an office job, what I would do is every 45 minutes, I would get up and do maybe about 20 to 30 press-ups. That way it will keep me active and it will take me away from the crouched position whilst I'm sitting down, because we can't help it. Gravity just pulls us down, okay? And a lot of people end up doing this for 20, 30, 40 years, you know, without realizing the negative effects this can actually cause. So please be careful with your spine and always make sure to maintain it as healthy as you possibly can. Now we're going to be talking about the release of the tension while stretching. So always maintain a stretched position for 20 to 30 seconds. That will ensure a lot of your tension is being released through the motion of the stretch. Now what happens when you're stretching is you're pulling the muscle fibers. As you're pulling them, the tension is being released out. And as you leave it go and as you let it go, what tends to happen is the fibers retract and a lot of tension has passed out. Well, however, this tension sits at the very surface of your muscles. So in that way, it is easier for the body to release it. So once the tension has been released, you're able to then release it further and help the body grow, lose fat, tone up, and enhance your body systems internally. Now, I would also suggest drinking a lot of water to also flush down all this tension. So that way you can keep and monitor very, very healthy inside. That way you can also maintain a very adequate health level. The final topic of this we're going to be discussing is the different kinds of therapy that you could use to help your muscles relax and recover. And now one of them would be cupping therapy. This one is also called wet cupping therapy by other people as well. I would also recommend chiropractic. That way you could also help release a lot of the built up tension inside. You know, you've seen a lot of these videos whereby people crack each other's backs. I know it looks a bit very daunting and stressful, but it's really, really good to release all that tension that is built in, especially for people who are sitting down and who are experiencing a lot of tiredness and fatigue throughout the day because they don't know how their bodies are reacting to all this tension, to all this stress. And a lot of the times it sits in your shoulders. So a lot of times you see people getting their back cracked, or they're having cupping therapy on their upper back to release all those toxins, all those heavy metals, and to basically ensure a very, very eased off muscles, especially at the back, the upper body, and to further enhance the recovery rate of your system. Please like, share, and subscribe, and help us grow, because without you, you know, we're just another YouTube channel. Also share it to your friends because it's very, very important they know about this, how to correct their spine throughout the day, what are the factors to use within their lifestyle, and how to help them get better, feel better, live a healthy life, and lead a very healthy lifestyle. Have a lovely day, guys. Peace out.